Hello, my name is Robert Bernard, and this is for class CS499, and this is my code review. Category 1 is Software Design and Engineering, and the artifact I selected is the Contact Management System. The provided code is the contact class designed to manage contact information. It includes variables for contact ID, first name, last name, phone number, and address. This class includes a constructor for creating new contact objects and ensure the provided values meet specific validation requirements. The class also includes getter and setter methods for each variable with additional validation and the setters to maintain data integrity. The code manages contact information by allowing creation of contact objects and providing methods to retrieve and update the contact details. It ensures that the contact information adheres to specific validation rules to prevent invalid data entries. The features of the code are a constructor, which validates the initialized contact details, getter methods, which retrieves the values of the contact ID, first name, last name, and phone number and address, and the setter methods, which update the values of the first name, last name, phone number, and address, with validation to ensure that the new values meet the specified requirements. The analysis of the code review is that the code is well structured, easy to read, with clear methods and appropriate use of access modifiers. The code also has a validation to assure data integrity, but the validation messages could be more descriptive. Also, error handling could be better. It throws a legal argument exception for invalid inputs, which is appropriate but could be improved by more specific error messages. The code is efficient for its purpose, but there is room for improvement in how validation is handled. Commenting and documentation. The code lacks comments and documentation, which would make it easier for developers to understand and maintain. So for areas of improvement, I would refactor the validation logic into separate methods for better readability and usability. I could enhance validation messages to be more descriptive and user-friendly. Improve error handling by providing more specific exceptions or error codes. And add better documentation to explain the purpose of each method and validation ruling. With all these, it will allow me to enhance this artifact, will demonstrate skills and software engineering best practices, including modular code design, effective error handling, and comprehensive documentation. These managements support course outcomes related to developing robust, maintainable, and user-friendly software solutions by improving validation, error handling, and documentation. I will show my ability to create high-end quality code that meets industry standards and easier to maintain and extend. The second category is algorithms and data structure. So for this, we're using the animal shelter system. The provided code defines an animal shelter class designed to manage create, read, update, and delete operations for an animal collection of MongoDB. The class utilizes a connection to the MongoDB database using the provided connection variables and includes methods to create, read, update, and delete animal records in the database. The code manages CRUD operations for the animal shelter database. It allows users to add new animals, retrieve animal records, update existing animal data, and delete animal records from the database. The features of this code that exist are: it establishes a connection to MongoDB using the provided connection variables, adds a new animal record to the database, retrieves animal records from the database based on specific criteria, updates an existing animal record database, and deletes an animal from the database. So this is the Python code. And this is our notebook code, which I would change into a different language to make it easier. The code is well structured and easy to read with clear method names and appropriate use of access modifiers. The code includes basic validation to check if the data is non before performing operations, but there is room for improvement in handling more specific conditions. Error handling is present, but there is room for improvement in providing more informative error message and handling more specific exceptions. This code performs adequately, but there are opportunities to optimize database queries and ensure that they are efficient. This code can also be documented and add comments because it could benefit by more detail and documentation to explain the purpose and functionality of each method. So to improve this code, I would refactor the code to improve readability, enhance validation to check for more specific conditions, and provide more informative error message. Optimize the database queries to ensure that they are efficient and perform well under load, and add more detailed comments and documentation to explain the purpose and functionality of each method. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. The skills that I will do will be enhancing this artifact will demonstrate the skills and software engineering best practices, including modular code design, effective error handling, and comprehensive documentation. These enhancements support course outcomes related to developing robust, maintainable, and user-friendly software solutions. By improving validation, error handling, and documentation, I will show my ability to create high-quality software that meets the industry standards and easier to maintain and extend. So we will stick with the same project to enhance the database. Again, we will open this up. So we will be implementing more effective data structures and algorithms. Okay, sorry. It says the provided code is a dashboard application for managing animal, which is pretty much the same thing as I just stated for the project before.